I'm gonna hit record. Okay, great. All right, so thank you guys all so much for signing on this evening. I'm really excited for what we're about to share with you. As you guys know, about 6 months ago, I was introduced to an incredible product line that has drastically not only changed my life, but hundreds, if not thousands of others, and several people that are really close to me. And it's been incredible to watch these people's lives heal from just essentially obtaining some superior nutrition. So first off, I'm going to do a little screen share and just explain a little bit about what we're talking about, and then we're going to have two incredible testimonies. Okay, so tonight I'm coming to you from Team Johnny's incredible product line. But first, I just wanted to share a little bit of information with you. So if you didn't know, in 2016, the United States spent more than $320 billion on prescriptions. Americans account for only 5% of the world population, but we buy more than 50% of pharmaceutical drugs. Physicians are frequently diagnosing chronic diseases that directly impact our diet and nutrition, and some of the top health problems in the United States, such as heart disease, cancer, arthritis, stroke, and diabetes, can all be linked to our diet and nutrition. Some of you may have already noticed that there has been a slight shift from pharmaceutical treatment to natural care and prevention. And this is going to be occurring more and more in the up and coming years. In fact, my doctor has been using the product line, is absolutely in love and plans on bringing it into his practice. And I'm proud to state that we have several doctors that are already on board that have been using this nutraceutical line to help their patients lower their medication doses and even in some cases be able to get off of prescriptions that can have negative effects on their body. So essentially, our life goal is to try and live at optimal health for as long as possible. But the reality is that we get exposed to physical, emotional, and chemical stress. And when our body is exposed to stress, it results in us not being able to run at ease anymore. So we form disease. And eventually, the disease turns into symptoms that we can then feel. And as a result, we reach out to our doctor for a prescription. Now, sometimes these prescriptions are 100% necessary, so please don't think that I'm trying to tell you guys to stop taking your medication. But the reality is a lot of our prescription drugs are Band-Aids, and they are essentially just helping deal with the symptoms and not the problem itself. But the worst part of all is that these prescriptions are chemically made, and the chemically made prescription results in you putting chemical stress in your body. And as a result, your body is again not at ease, and then new symptoms form, and we go back to our doctors again for another prescription, forming a vicious cycle of new medication after new medication after new medication. So the goal of Team Fusion and Kyani is to try and break this cycle as much as possible and really limit the use of prescription medications for when they're absolutely necessary. And we're doing that through two amazing product lines. The Triangle of Health, which is our nutraceutical line, and the Fluoresce anti-aging skincare system. So let's talk about the Triangle of Health first. The first piece of this three-part system is Sunrise. Sunrise is our superfood juice. It contains 22 different superfoods, including pomegranate, ashwagandha, wolfberry, and the wild Alaskan blueberry. The reason we went with the wild Alaskan blueberry over other blueberries is because of the factor that it has a 5 times higher ORAC value than other blueberries grown in the United States. This is because it has to survive in cold and darkness for the majority of the year. But what that actually means for your health is that it has a higher ability of removing free radicals from your body, which again can prevent or lower the risk of you developing different diseases. So every day we start our morning with this amazing superfood juice that is a complete powerhouse of nutrition. In fact, several of the ingredients you wouldn't even be able to obtain because they're wild source, which maximizes their nutrition potential. And as a result, this incredible juice increases our energy. It helps support brain function. It lowers your stress levels. It supports your immune system. It encourages good digestion. It increases joint flexibility, and it even has the ability to normalize your blood sugars. The second piece in the triangle of health is nitro. Nitro is our natural nitric oxide booster. So in 1998, nitric oxide won the Nobel Prize because scientists realized that it was actually our molecule of life. We cannot survive more than 5 seconds without nitric oxide. And the reality is that after the age of 40, your body is just naturally depleting. And this is part of the reason that we develop diseases, because nitric oxide helps repair, defend, and maintain all the cells in our body. So Nani concentrate is a natural way to increase the natural nitric oxide production within your body, which will boost your energy and it will promote mental clarity, but it actually does even more amazing things than that. It helps relax our blood vessels, improving our cardiovascular system. It increases blood flow to our lungs and relaxes airways, so it can be extremely beneficial for people with chronic bronchitis or asthma. It is an amazing natural pain relief. In fact, you can not only take it internally, you can apply it topically to areas of soreness, and it decreases our lactic acid production, which again can help with pain and inflammation. The third piece of our product line is Sunset. So Sunset is our omega-3 fatty acid supplement. It is made by wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, and it also contains tocotrienols. If you didn't know, Americans have a very high omega-6 fatty acid diet, and omega-6s cause increased silent inflammation in our body, and silent inflammation has been linked to multiple illnesses. So by increasing your omega-3 fatty acid supplement, you are actually decreasing the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, again, lowering the risk of you potentially obtaining some of these diseases. This product provides vitamin D and E, it supports heart health, it provides free radical protection, it actually will help balance your hormone levels and your cholesterol, it enhances muscle recovery, it helps lower the harmful effects that people experience through some of our treatments for cancer, and it can even support memory. Our fish oil is actually cold pressed, so it's about the size of a Jelly Belly, not those big horse pills that most people take, and it's actually cold pressed to provide maximum potency. In fact, it won the Monday Grand Gold Selection Award in 2015. So as you can see, the triangle of health can help you in a multitude of ways. And we can't make medical claims because essentially it's just food, but as some of you are aware, the more we farm our lands, the less nutritious our food becomes. In fact, a cup of spinach in 1940 had a nutritional value that would require us to eat 50 cups of spinach today. And that's why Kyani is so cautious about where they're sourcing and manufacturing their products from, because they want to make sure that we're getting provided this superior nutrition. Now we're going to have 2 amazing testimonies after I'm done, but I just want to share a couple things that the Triangle of Health have helped me with. I no longer have restless leg syndrome. I don't have insomnia anymore. I don't have anxiety. My IBS is completely under control. I did not have any seasonal allergies for the first time in as far as I can remember. I mean, as a kid, my seasonal allergies were so bad that sometimes I would wake up so nauseous from swallowing mucus in the middle of the night. I've had sciatica issues my entire life. I'm no longer having sciatica pain. And I'm also a bodybuilder, which resulted in me developing some tendinitis in my shoulder, which this product has completely taken care of due to its amazing anti-inflammatory properties. And on top of that, I noticed a massive increase in strength and endurance, around 30% increase in strength and endurance in my workouts. So it has been an amazing product that I have implemented into my life simply and easily. I replaced my multivitamin in the morning with Sunrise. I was already taking a fish oil at night. And so essentially I just added nitro to my daily routine. The company realized that people were applying the Triangle of Health to their skin topically and seeing amazing results. People were seeing hair growing, acne go away, fine lines disappear. So they took the Triangle of Health and they made it into the Fluoresce anti-aging system and included things like the wild Alaskan blueberry, along with nitro, and they added the Swiss apple. The reason they went with the Swiss apple is because the Swiss apple, if you cut it in half and leave it in a room for 3 weeks along with a different apple, any other variety, when you come back in that room, that other apple is going to be mush. But the Swiss apple will look like you had just cut it. And that's because of a genetic mutation in their skin cells. And when scientists realized this, they realized it could be really beneficial for our skin as well. So they took this stem cell technology and incorporated it into the Fluoresce anti-aging system. And as a result, it increases our skin cell activity, repairs damaged skin, hydrates fine lines, reduces fine lines, brightens your skin tone, provides antioxidant protection, which is important because we're outside getting exposed to pollutions on a daily basis. It actually will increase your cellular turnover 92%. So something that's very important to realize with this particular product is less is more. If you're putting on too much Fluoresce, it actually can turn your skin cells around too much and make your skin a little raw. So half a pump to a pump, it's going to smooth those wrinkles out, build collagen, all using the amazing ingredients and that stem cell technology. Now, this is a natural-based skincare line. So what that means is it doesn't contain any of the awful things that we all try and avoid listed on your screen. But the reality is that if you have not been using a natural-based skincare line or have been using a chemical product line, you have toxins built up in your skin. And when you start this product line, you may go through a purge. So I've struggled with acne, including cystic acne. When I was little, I went on Accutane and it helped a ton, but I still would get cystic acne around my chin. And when I started this product line, I did have a big breakout, but I was warned this would happen. So I just pushed through. Some people will get dry skin patches. And after 30 days, I couldn't be happier. Not only have I not had any breakouts, my fine lines have disappeared. The bags under my eyes are completely gone. My skin looks bright. And to be truthful, I actually am not a skincare girl. I was not excited about this product at all. I just did it to see what my testimony would be like. And I am blown away. I look forward to applying this to my skin every single morning and night. So as you can see, I'm extremely passionate about what these products have done for me, but what I'm more excited about is the way that they are helping the people around me, because I love helping others heal and giving them an alternative solution to help avoid as much chemical stress as they possibly can. So I'm really excited to have two amazing women on this call. Oh, I just noticed that Marcia mentioned that the internet was cutting in and out. Is everyone else okay now? Did it clear up? Thumbs up? Great. So I am really excited to have two amazing women here to share their stories. They're both great friends of mine who have had incredible transformations from this simple, all-natural, whole food wellness system that is not only changing their lives personally, but the relationships that they have around them, which to me is really important, because when you don't feel good, it can be a real challenge for you to be able to be pleasant around your loved ones. And that is part of life, is enjoying it. So I'm super excited to have these two women share how this product has transformed their lives. So I'm going to unmute Elissa first and have her share her story with you. Here you are, Elissa.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Suzanne. Hi, everyone. I'll be short and sweet. Pretty much started the Triangle of Health middle of March, I think. And prior to that, in 1999, I had been in a car accident. I had broken my neck. So I had a lot of, arthritis pain from that. I had also had injuries to my shoulder and my wrist recently. This happened in the past year or so, with pain from that. And also, right before I started to try the Triangle of Health for the first time, I had started to get, it was a constant headache. And then, which I thought was contributed to work and dealing with a computer all day. I just kind of pushed it off to that because that's what everyone kind of said too. And then one night I just realized I was walking to CVS and my whole right side went numb. It was very heavy. My right arm was numb, and in my face as well on my right side. So it got me a little nervous. Went to the ER. Had many tests and they figured out that it was actually a complex migraine. After starting the Triangle of Health, I can tell you within 2 weeks, my arthritis pain was gone. My neck doesn't crack anymore, which always did. My shoulder, my wrist is wonderful. And then even after, a month of taking the nitro, they had told me, probably take it every 10 minutes when I feel that headache coming on. I was doing that. I was actually looking at the clock, taking the drop, doing it 10 minutes later, taking the drop, and man, that migraine would go away. It was amazing. I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about it because it's just, anyone who has migraines knows that is a blessing. So that is that part. I also did struggle from sciatic nerve pain. Every month, every 3 weeks or so, I would start to get that pain coming. I would try to stretch it out. Walking was a pain in the butt, literally. That sciatic pain has not come back. It's been 3 months of actual freeness for that. It's been a great experience for me. And now you just actually, Suzanne, made me think about it. I haven't gotten my allergies this season. I just realized that. I usually do. I was starting as I got older. We all know our bodies change. And as I got older, I was getting worse allergies where I couldn't breathe. I was bawling my eyes out, just because you're so miserable. I haven't gotten that this year. So that's a huge plus. Also, I've been struggling since about 16 with depression, which then brought on my anxiety. Quite a few years after that, the depression was bad because, like Suzanne said, the family thing. I just didn't. I wanted to sleep rather than be with my family or do my daily things other than work. It really did. It struggled to go to work too. I did lose quite a few jobs due to that as well. My depression hasn't surfaced. It's been wonderful. I don't want to get emotional, but it's the actually wanting to be with people and wanting to actually enjoy life. I can't thank everyone enough. My anxiety, I haven't gotten any any episodes. They gave me a pill to take when I started to get an anxiety attack or felt it coming on. I haven't taken that. I don't know when. I don't even know where they are, actually. So those two things are huge. And to have my life back with the depression part and the anxiety part is huge. To be with my family again is huge. I'm not gonna go on anymore. So I just to know it's an amazing product, and for anyone that's thinking about it, I would give it a try. So thank you guys all for listening.
Thanks so much for sharing, Elissa. And, as you were talking, I've even noticed in the few months we've been, you've been on the product and we've been working together, your personality change and you get more and more excited about stuff. So and I didn't know, I knew about your other issues, but I didn't know that you struggled with anxiety and depression, and it totally has changed who you are. So it's wonderful to hear. And thank you so much for sharing, because I know it can be really challenging talking about these types of things. So the next person I would like to welcome to share is my friend Jennifer. Her and I met each other through a different company called Beachbody, and she has been suffering with lupus. And I am just grateful that she gave me the opportunity to share this product with her because I was so optimistic that it would help her. And I know when you're living in chronic pain, it can be really challenging to even just want to consider trying something else because there's a constant letdown. I experienced that with my sciatica issues, which is nothing compared to what Jennifer has been through. So I'm honored to have her here on the call tonight to share with how things have been going for her after just being on the product for 2 short weeks. So I'm going to mute you now. Okay, Jennifer, you can go ahead.
All right. Hi, everyone. So I'm just, I kind of am a woman of taking specific notes because with lupus, I struggle with brain fog really bad. So my way of living is to write everything down. And the simplest things, even to take a shower, I have to write down. So, and speaking of showering, that was an extreme task in itself. So I'm just gonna go through it that way. It will just be easier for me. And I'll just give you a quick backstory of, so about 2007, so about 10 years ago, they wanted to diagnose me with lupus, and I struggled with it. So I started seeing a rheumatologist back in 2007, and I fought the diagnosis tooth and nail. They put me on tons of medications. I'll go through that quickly after. And finally, 2 years ago, I couldn't fight the diagnosis anymore. So I am clinically diagnosed with lupus now. So I fought it and I couldn't fight it anymore. So before the Triangle of Health, before I started taking it, like Zan said, I struggled so much with trying anything new because I was constantly let down. I constantly would feel like I felt, if not worse. And, you know, the money and the hope, mostly the hope, but it just becomes very daunting. And look at me using big words again that I just didn't even know that I had in my vocabulary. So it was very, very tough for me. And all right, before I get teary-eyed. So before, my daily medications were, and when you had said the cost, I quickly went down and wrote down what it cost me because I didn't even think of that. So my daily medications were Plaquenil 200 milligrams twice a day, which was $40 a month. Prednisone, I was on 60 milligrams. It was $30 a month. Flexerol, I was on 30 milligrams a day. It was $20. Vicodin, I was on 525 milligrams 6 times a day, which was $20. I was on Linzess, the maximum dosage, and that was $40. And then I had cortisone shots 4 times a year, four shots every 3 months, which was $2,000. So my daily routine was, my alarm would go off at 6:30 and at 7 because I could not get out of bed for the life of me. I couldn't. It was a struggle. By the time I would get out of bed, it would be 7:15 from like just constantly going through the snooze. I would work from 8 to 5. I would go on lunch 12:30 to 1. Most days I would take a nap in my car. I would come home. I would take a shower immediately because if I didn't, then I just would not be able to bring myself to do it. It literally takes me maybe 5 to 10 minutes to shower because it's such a struggle. I hate being in there. I hated showering, just showering, the simple task. And then I would have dinner and I would be in bed by 8:30. That was my day. That's what my day consisted of. That was not living at all. What I would feel on a daily basis, I would have chronic fatigue. I would have this skin burning sensation because it's like you also have connective tissue issues where your tissues basically feel like they're burning through your skin. So your skin literally feels like it's on fire. I would have joint pain in my hips and shoulders mostly, and that's where I would get the cortisone shots. Brain fog to the point where I'm unable to focus and form any logical sentence. Half the time people didn't even know what I was talking about. I'm putting the ketchup in the oven. I'm putting, tinfoil in the refrigerator, just silly things like that. And I'm like, people would find stuff and they were like, who put this there? And they would know it was me. Oh, mom must have put, you know, it in there thinking that it was something else. I was constantly sluggish. It would take me anything that it would take a normal person to do would probably take me 10 times longer to do it. And you know, I was always, there's 4 of us, so the 3 of them would be ahead, and then they'd have to turn around and like see where I am, how far back I am. I'm like, just keep going. I'll be there when I get there. And it's like embarrassing, and you struggle with the embarrassment, but you also struggle with the fact that you can't even walk with your family because you just can't keep pace. I would stay in the car all the time when we would go to stores just because I would slow them down. And they weren't saying it to be mean, but it would hurt me. And I know they're not trying to be hurtful, but I would say, do you want to just run in? I'll probably just slow you down. And they would say, yeah, if you don't mind, I can just run in and grab whatever we would need. I have a mylar rash that goes across the front of my face that is pretty prominent, was pretty prominent, probably 20 out of 30 days a month, and which I also struggle with because people would ask me like, what's wrong with your face? And I want to say so bad to them, nothing. What's wrong with your face? There's nothing wrong with my face. It's just like, this is my face. And it's just so frustrating, and it's painful as well. I get sore, they're called like ulcers. I would get them in my mouth and in my nose, and mostly in my nose. And I'm like telling on myself right now, and it's like super embarrassing, but I can't help it because I want to be completely honest. But I would pick at them because they're just so, it's so uncomfortable. And I would literally have them almost the whole entire month. They would go away for maybe a day or two. I would probably eat once or twice a day, and I had no appetite at all, which actually was making it so that I couldn't lose any weight. I wasn't really gaining weight, but I couldn't really lose any weight, but I wasn't eating anything. So my body was deprived of nutrients and minerals that I needed, but I couldn't force myself to eat. And because of that and other things that were going on, I wasn't able to go to the bathroom. So I would literally probably have 1 bowel movement a week. And I would have so much stomach distension that I couldn't wear jeans. I couldn't wear normal clothes. And it's like, everyone's always like, well, why are you wearing leggings? And I'm like, I guess that's all I can wear. Between the pain and the distension in my stomach, I couldn't fit into anything. And by the end of the day, if I wore jeans in the morning, by the time I got home, my back would hurt so bad because of the stress that I was causing on my back from the stomach distension and like my jeans not fitting anymore. Because of the lupus, I have to have blood work done to make sure my organs don't fail, which is pretty scary. So my last blood results were I had an elevated sed rate, I had inflammation markers, I had protein in my urine with this C-reactive protein, I had a vitamin D deficiency, it was 7. I had elevated liver enzymes, and my weight was 204. So just to go briefly, I've been taking Triangle of Health for 2 weeks, and this is just the results of that. And one thing that I can't stress enough is that how my family has noticed and has said things like my daughter said to me, you know, where are you getting these big words from? And I'm like, I have no idea. And she's not really my stepdaughter because, you know, my boyfriend and I have been together for 4 years, but I consider her as such. Like, she came home and it was probably like a week and a half that I had been taking it. And she's like, it's so weird seeing you up at night when I come home from work. It's so nice. So, I mean, like, that in itself is just amazing. And I can't stress that enough. So here is the, and this is why I write things down too, because then I get all emotional. So this is what I had written down, what paper shows of the results of the triangle of health. My daily medications, I take methotrexate now once a week, and I only take 6 pills, and it costs me $0. I have to take a folic acid to make sure that my body doesn't deplete it. I only have to take that once a week, and it's 5 milligrams, and it's $0. I'm down to 3 Vicodin a day, and I'm down to, my doctor wants to try and do 2 cortisone shots a year instead of 4 times a year. So that is amazing, and I'm super excited about that because every time I go, I get ginormous bruises all over me. And my daily routine, another significant change is that I probably 5 out of 7 days a week, I get up before my alarm. So whenever, my boyfriend doesn't have to get up early 3 out of 7 days, but he does because my alarm goes off 18,000 times. So I work because, even though I have lupus, I do have a child to take care of who depends on me solely because her father decided that he didn't want to be a dad anymore. So I have to pick up that slack. So I work weekends to try and pay for her school. So he came into the restaurant the first weekend I had taken TOH, and he said, how did you get out of the house? Like, what do you mean? He goes, I didn't hear your alarm go off. And I'm like, oh, because I got up before my alarm. He goes, and you got out of bed? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So now my alarm goes off at 6:45 and I'm out of bed at 6:45. I have breakfast around 9:30. I still work 8 to 5. I still go to lunch from 12:30 to 1:30, but I don't take naps in my car. I go to the grocery store. I do errands. I go to the bank. I still have dinner around the same time, but I don't shower until like 6:37 now. And from like 7 to 10, I actually spend time with my family. And I don't go to bed at 10 o'clock. I have 3 hours where I actually get to spend time with my family and I'm not sleeping. How I've been feeling, I still have the sharp, joint pain, but it's not as prominent or significant. I don't have any, very minimal brain fog and a very extensive vocabulary all of a sudden that I'm very intuitive to. My nose and mouth ulcers have almost disappeared, which hasn't happened in a very long time. My appetite is moderate now. I probably eat 2 to 3 meals per day, and it's probably TMI, but I actually go to the bathroom like 3 times per week now, and I have no stomach. I haven't had stomach distension in probably 2 weeks, and I'm wearing jeans. I wore jeans today, and they actually fit, and they still fit at the end of the day, and I've lost 11 pounds. So that is how TOH has helped me in just such a minimal amount of time, but it's working, and I can't be any more happy. So thank you for letting me share, Stan. Thank you for asking me.
Trying not
Sorry, sorry, I cried.
It's okay. I cried too. Thank you so much for sharing, Jennifer. That's an incredible story in just 2 weeks, and I can't wait to see how you're feeling in 90 days because that's when most people experience the maximum benefits. But that was an incredible story, and I'm so thrilled that you're able to enjoy your life more now and enjoy your family because, that's really what life is about, guys, is spending time with the people you love and doing the things that you love, which can only occur when we feel great. And so I am proud that I have this amazing tool to help people not only heal themselves naturally through superior nutrition, but also prevent stuff, right? Like I didn't realize that I had a lot of little things that were bothering me. and they have now subsided. And now I'm excited to know that I'm going to feel great for a lot longer period of time in my life because I'm providing myself this superior nutrition to keep my body living as close to optimal health as it can. So I want to thank you guys all for coming on tonight and listening to us share our amazing testimonies. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to the person who invited you to this call because they will definitely get you any information that you need. And if you want to talk to any of us again, I'm sure we can arrange that as well. So thank you guys all so much, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your evening.